What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, All Wings Everything, and you're back in the kitchen with me, your boy Spinelli, for another simple and delicious recipe. Now, today's video, I'm gonna show you guys how to make garlic butter steak bites with this delicious dipping sauce. So I hope you're in your kitchen. I'm already in mine, so let's go. All right, so here are the ingredients we're gonna use for today's recipe. It's not many ingredients, guys, but it is so delicious. I wanted to make this thing easy and simple for you, and I'm telling you, you're gonna enjoy it. So let me tell you what I have here. We have some old style mustard right here. Make sure you get this type of mustard because that's what you want for this mustard sauce. It is so good. Sour cream, extra virgin olive oil, salt, pepper. Got hot sauce here. You can use your favorite type of hot sauce. It can be Frank's, it can be Texas Pete, Louisiana. It's your choice. We got butter, handful of garlic cloves, fresh garlic cloves, fresh parsley, and the star of the show, we have some ribeye steaks. Now, you could already buy the pre-cut steak tips if you want. Me personally, when I do my steak tips, I like to choose ribeye steaks or either New York strip. I just like those particular cuts of steak when I do my steak bites. So, all right, so these are the ingredients. So let's go ahead and move on. All right, so now I've measured out all our ingredients. So let me tell you what I have, but let me say this first. These are boneless ribeyes. These were not the bone-in ribeyes. So make sure if you do a steak like a ribeye, it's the boneless ribeye. And of course, the New York strip doesn't have a bone in it. So right here, I have about 1 3/4 pounds of boneless ribeye. I have 1/4 of a cup of that mustard. I have 1 tablespoon of fresh parsley. I have 1 tablespoon of olive oil, a teaspoon of pepper. You can use a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon. You guys know I like pepper on my meat, so I'm gonna use about a teaspoon. Right here, use 1 to 2 teaspoons of salt. Right now, I'm gonna start off with 1 teaspoon of salt. I have half a cup of sour cream. I have 1 garlic clove finely minced right here. I have right here 4 garlic cloves chopped. I have 2 teaspoons of hot sauce. So these are the ingredients, guys. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, guys. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to prepare our mustard dipping sauce. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna combine all these ingredients into one bowl. So let's start off with our sour cream. Next, our mustard, our hot sauce, and our garlic. And I'm gonna use some salt and pepper to taste. So only thing what I did is I used a 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt and 1/4 of a teaspoon of pepper. That's all you're gonna need for this. I don't see you needing more salt or pepper than that. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna give it a mix like this. I know you probably ask yourself, do you have to use the hot sauce? And my answer to that is you don't have to do anything, but if you want the maximum flavor of this dipping sauce, I recommend you use the hot sauce. All right, guys, and this is what we have. All right, and so what I'm gonna do now is I'm just going to wrap this up and I'm gonna refrigerate it until it's time for the steak bites to be done. All right, I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, guys, so now we're going to start preparing our steak bites. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this cooktop on. We're gonna turn the temperature up to high heat. And we're gonna add our olive oil. And we're gonna let this come up to temperature. Once it comes up to temperature, that is when we're going to add our steak bites. All right, so we're going to start adding our steak bites here. And if you have double amount of steak bites, you don't want to overcrowd your pan, so you may have to cook them in separate batches. Like it may look like I'm gonna need to cook them in separate batches. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna season this with some salt. And we're gonna season it with a little pepper also. And we're gonna let these cook for 3 minutes on one side, and then we're just gonna move them around and let them cook for another 3 minutes on the other side. All right, guys, we're gonna get these bad babies moved around. Trying to flip them on the other side as much as you can. And once you get both sides, you know, pretty much seared, then you can kind of move them around like you want. So I'm gonna gently add more salt to this side. Add a little bit more pepper. All right, guys, let's get these bad babies moved around a little bit more. Look at the nice color on them. All right, guys, so we're gonna start removing these bad babies out of here now. And we're gonna just add them to a bowl because we have to cook our second batch. So we did them about 3 minutes, about a total of 6 minutes, 5 to 6 minutes. And now we're going to add our second batch, which is very few. So we're gonna sit these to the side until the second batch is done. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and add some more olive oil here. See if we can get that up to temperature. And we're gonna start adding our second batch of just a few of them. Put a little salt on here. Of course, we're gonna add some pepper. And we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna let these cook like this for about 3 minutes on one side, and then we're gonna flip them over. All right, so let's turn these bad babies over and let's get the other side. We're gonna let those bad babies cook for about 3 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. May not need 3 minutes since it's not that many. All right, guys, so it looks like we're there. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna go ahead and reduce the heat. I'm gonna take it down to like a medium low, and I'm going to add our first batch back in here. Now I'm going to add our butter. And that's I had about 4 tablespoons of butter. And we're gonna add our garlic. All right, guys, so now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna start getting this all mixed up. I'm gonna dab with a little bit more pepper for me. I like that pepper. I'm gonna put a little bit more pepper on it for me. All right. Another pinch of salt. And we're gonna let this cook for about 1 to 2 minutes till we get all that butter sauce mixed into our steak bites. Guys, look at this. Man, this smells good. All right, guys, we are done here. Take a look at that. I'm turn that off. Oh man. Oh man, this looks delicious. All right, I'll be right back. All right, so I removed the can over to our cutting board. So what we want to do now is we want to, you know, kind of garnish this with some parsley. Let's get a little color. And we're also going to, and we'll just add a little of that mustard dipping sauce to some of them like this. Oh man, guys, take a look at that. Take a look at that. And there you have it, garlic butter steak bites with a mustard sauce. Guys, this is a delicious recipe. I'm telling you, You have to try. I love these tender steak bites. They're so tender, they're flavorful. And as I mentioned before, not many ingredients, just good old salt and pepper. Sometimes, guys, a lot of times, just good old salt and pepper just does the trick. And you're definitely gonna love them. Guys, the ingredients, the measurements, the links to the ingredients, all in the video description below, along with that All Wings Everything merch. Guys, hit that applaud button. I really appreciate it. And before I get out of here, I'm definitely gonna do a taste test. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab me one of these bad babies. I'm gonna stop this thing right here. Oh man, I don't even have a fork around. So I'm just gonna take it with my hand, dip it in some of that sauce. Take a look at that. Look at that, guy. Oh my goodness. That's why I really like making it with ribeyes, because the ribeye is such a tender cut steak. And then you have that fat in it that gives it that additional flavor. Guys, this is delicious. So until then, I'm your cook, Spinelli, All Wings Everything, and I'm gonna grab another one, and I am out. Peace.